Okay, just doing a real quick video here. A couple of people have been asking about the torpedo tubes, which I call them, which are these little canisters that hold fuel for the stove and stuff. So, first one here holds butane, for our propane rather. So, one's for the barbecue. And then the one above, so I'm going to leave that off. So I'm going to put that down there for a sec. And this is the top one. Now, you can see I can't get my hand in there. Now you can, maybe you can't see in there. Anyway, the small canisters for the stove are in there. And this is the first thing I was going to mention is I can get my hand in here no problem. And I could probably reach down about that far. But I have no way really of easily getting the ones that are in the bottom. And I have no way of getting into the top one here. Now I did put them on a bit of a slant. And I wanted that because I didn't want the slant going that way, because as soon as I open them up, all the stuff's going to fall into the water. And that's why there is no cap on the back. Or sorry, there's no removable cap. These are solid caps. So if you are designing your own, you'll need to come up with some method of retrieving the ones in the back. And I think the best method might be some sort of like sock. And you have a big fabric sock or something that you put all your fuel into, like a bunch of sausage links, and then all the sausage links go in there, and when you want to grab one, you pull the links out, and I think that would work pretty good. In this one, maybe you could have something that, you know, is like a claw on the end that you just slide in and out, but it is something that has to be dealt with. You could also drill a hole, I was thinking, in the back, drill a hole there and there, and then use some sort of rod to push them in and out. But keep in mind, whatever you do, you don't want all of your fuel to slide out as soon as you pull the cap open. Now the next thing was, they were talking about the diameters of these. I can't measure, I can measure the caps, but I can't really measure the diameters too easily. So the top one is, appears to be 4 inches on the top, and the bottom one appears to be a 5-incher. So 5 and right around about 4, the other one. Last thing people were asking about is how did they attach. So I was able to find at our local store, we call it Canadian Tire. There's one in every nation, but it's kind of like a general plumbing type hardware store. And I got stainless steel clamps. Now it's pretty obvious how they clamp on this way, but how do you go from having a clamp going that direction into this pole? Well, what I did is I used a second clamp. So you can see here I've got a clamp that goes sideways, and then the two of them interlink right there. Hopefully you can see that. So I just use one clamp to put the other clamp on. Last thing I'll say is that you cannot typically buy clamps that are big enough to go all the way around, certainly not this big 5-incher. So what you do is you buy 2 or 3 of the smaller size, undo them completely, and then feed them into each other to make a longer one. And so that's what you'll see right here, is that it looks like this might be one clamp, but it actually isn't. It's actually a different half down here than it is up here, and this is its mate up here. So I used one to go from halfway around that way and another one to go halfway around this way. And yeah, so that's pretty much how they work. And they do work quite well, so I'm very happy with them.